Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Today we are going to see the new unit, that is unit 4, programming with Python. So under programming with Python we are going to see the first chapter, that is strings. So first we need to know what are all the topics we are going to learn here in this strings chapter. Okay, so we are going to learn about how the Python input strings, we will get the input string from the Python and how it will be evaluating on those strings, how it will do operations on those strings, that we will see, and understand how Python stores and uses strings. Okay, so we will also understand that how the Python is going to store the string and it is going to use the string, and we can perform the slicing operations on strings also. Okay, we can divide the string into we can make the string into a smaller piece, that is we can extract the substring from the given string, that is only called as slicing. Okay, and traverse strings with a loop. So with the help of a while loop or for loop, we can process the elements in the string. Okay, so each character by character we can process, that is only known as traversing, that is accessing the elements one by one from the given string, and then we can compare the strings and we can compare the substrings also, and we can understand the concepts of immutable strings, and we can understand string functions and string constants finally. Okay, so these are the topics we are going to see here today in this lesson. Okay, and let me move on to introduction. In Python, consecutive sequence of characters is known as string. So what is meant by string? It is a group of characters, group of continuous characters. So consecutive means continuous. Continuous sequence of characters is known as string. An individual character in a string is accessed using a substring or index. So how we can access a individual string in a individual character in a string? For example, if you consider your name is a string. Okay, so if I want to access the first letter, if I want to read the first letter of your first character or first letter of your string, I need to use substring here, subscript or index here. Okay, so an individual character in a string can be accessed. Accessed means what? We can read it. Okay, so we can access the first individual letter in a string is accessed using a substring or a index. Okay, index is a starting value, or we can say the index as a reference point. Okay, it is a reference address or a reference value. Okay, so using subscript or index or reference value, we can access every individual character in a string. So for that we will see some examples in the later examples. Okay, the subscript should always be an integer. Subscript always, it should be an integer. It should be either positive number or it can be a negative number also. So we can access the individual character in a string either using a positive integer or using a negative integer. That is only index. A subscript always, it will start from 0 if it is a positive number. If it is a negative number, it will start from -1. Okay, that is from reverse, from back side, that is the last character which is there in the string. No, from that last character -1 we need to put for the negative indexing. Okay, so subscript, it will always starts from 0 for positive integer number. Okay, so we will see example. So command line by using a single hash. Okay, so hash declaring a string in Python. So how we can declare a string in a Python? So we need to use the variable name my first. Okay, my first means simply it's a variable. So my first is equal to save earth. So save, afterwards we have given one small space, and even though if we have spaces with some characters, group of characters, that must be enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. So if you are creating a string variable, okay, if you are creating a string variable in Python, or if you are building a string variable in Python, how the string can be assigned? String should be enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. Okay, so here by assigning this string, that is save here within double quotes, to my first. Now my first, this variable is belongs to now which type of variable? String type of variable, because it is holding the string value. Okay, so afterwards, if you are printing my first, okay, in Python 2.7 versions and all, you can type like this. Okay, if it is Python 3.7 versions, 3 above versions, means you need to use the parenthesis in order to print any value. Okay, so print parenthesis after, you can do this my first. Okay, if it is Python 2.7 versions after, straight away you can use the codes whatever you are going to learn in this book. Okay, so print my first. Okay, then it will be printing the answer, that is in the format of string. It will be displaying the value, that is save earth will be displayed here. And let's play with the subscript. What is meant by subscript, that we will see here. how we can access the individual character in a string, that also we will see. So we can consider the same variable, that is my first. From this my first variable, I am going to access any individual letter from this given string. Okay, so if you want to access any particular string or character in a string, you need to use this subscript inside the square bracket. Okay, that subscript value we have studied, no, that is either positive integer or negative number. So that number should be given within the square bracket after the variable name. Okay, so if you want to access any particular character in the given string, so where that string is assigned, which variable it was assigned, so from using that variable name, and then in the square bracket we need to give the index value or subscript value. So always the strings will start with 0. Okay, if you are going from forward direction, first letter will be having the subscript value as 0. So my first of 0 will be having letter S, my first of 1 will be having A. Okay, and then 2 will be having V, and 3 will be having E, 4 will be having space, white space, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 will be having letter H. Okay. Why we want to use this double quotes or single quotes at the beginning and the end means to indicate where the string starts and where the string ends. So to identify that only, always that string values are enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Okay, and if you see here, print my first of 0. If I give this, immediately what is the zeroth index value of this my first? Zeroth index, it is having the letter S. So S is going to be printed as it is. Okay, and next this is way, in this way we can access any individual character in the string. So here we are accessing, that is we are reading or we are displaying the character from the subscript value 0, that is from the subscript position 0. That is first character of the string is placed in the subscript value positive number 0. And to access the fourth character, so fourth character means from 0 if you are taking, fourth character will be at the subscript value or index value 3 only. 0, 1, 2, 3. If you count, no, 0, 1, 2, 3, then it will be at the fourth position. So if you want to access the fourth character of the string, you need to give the subscript value as what? 3 only, because at the fourth place, if you start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So E will be at the which position? So the third subscript value or index value only. So third position only it is available. So you need to give inside the square bracket the subscript value as what? 3 only. Okay. So print my first of 3 you are giving. It is displaying the answer E. Okay. Letter E is placed at the fourth location. But here in the subscript it should be less than that is -1 you need to use it. Okay, and to access the last character of the string, we can go either by counting the letters. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 also you can give. If you give 9 also, it will be giving the same answer, that is sketch. Or if you give negative for that is reverse indexing. Okay, so backward indexing, it will be using negative index value. So negative index always from the last it will be starting. So from the last character or last letter of the given string, it will be starting. For example, if the string is hello, okay, if the string A is having the, that is variable A is holding the string hello. So this hello is having totally 5 letters. The length of this string is what? 5. But if you say from index, okay, so positive index per H, it will be starting from 0, 0 to 4. So totally how many numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, totally 5 numbers. Okay, so 5 letters are there. So 5 numbers will be there in the positive index starting from 0 to 4. Okay, and if you go for negative index, so the same string is going to be counted or accessed from the right side onwards. Okay, so positive index will start from left and negative index will start from right side of the given string. So rightmost letter we need to start assigning the negative index value, that is starting from -1. It won't start from -0 or +0 like that. So -1 it will be starting. 0 is always 0 only. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 like that it will be displayed. Okay, so if you want to access the last character, you can give either -1 or 4 also you can give. Okay, and here in this my first, if you want to access the last character, just you give -1 alone. So last letter what is the last letter? H. H will be printed. If you want to access the last third character, third last character, what will be the third last character? This is -1, -2, -3. So R will be accessed. This is at the third last character. From the last third character, so -1, -2, -3 like that. So -3 will be the subscript value. So my first of -3 is returning the value, returning the letter R. I think now you have clear with how to access any individual character in a string. So we need to remember some of the points here, important points about accessing elements in the strings using subscripts. So when we are accessing using the subscripts, how we can access, what are the points we need to remember here? Positive subscript, that is this positive index, no, it helps in accessing the string from the beginning. From the beginning we can start accessing the elements. If you go for negative subscript or negative index, it helps in accessing the string from the end. Okay, from the end only -1 it is going to be assigned. And then subscript 0 or minus, that is negative n. So what is the size of this n? That is a given string 5. So -5, that is minus negative n means what? Where n is the length of the string. What is the length of the string here? 5. So if you give subscript 0 or -5, that is negative n, that is total length of the string is 5 here. If you give this value, it displays the first element. Okay. And for example, a of 0 and a of -5. For example, this a is a variable which is holding the string hello. So a of 0 will be displaying the answer h, and a of -5 also will display the letter h. Okay. And subscript 1 and minus, that is negative n minus 1. N minus 1 means what? 5 minus 1 is 4. So -4 will display the second element. Like that it will be go on. Okay. Here you need to note one important thing, that is Python does not support character data type. So we don't have a data type named character, but in other programming languages and all we have character data type and string data type separately. But here, even if you want to write one single character, that should be enclosed within single quotes as a string data type only. Okay. So Python does not support character data type. A string of size 1 can be treated as characters. So if you are entering any string, that is a C or A or B, like that, any letter, that is any string, if you are enclosing within single quotes or double quotes, that is going to be treated as what? Characters only. Okay, this is the thing you need to note here. And how we can create and initialize strings. Initializing means what? What is meant by initializing? Assigning a value for a variable. Okay, so how we can assign the string variable, or how we can create or build a string variable, that we will see here. A literal or constant value to a string can be assigned using, so literal or constant value, if you know the value earlier which string you are going to assign for one particular variable, that is considered to be a literal or constant. Okay, literal or constant, both are same only. So constant value, for example, your name you know very well, so you know the value earlier itself, means you can straight away assign that value as a constant or literal to some variable. Okay, so here it is going to be assigned to a string variable using single quotes, double quotes, or triple quotes. So how we can assign a literal value or constant value to a string variable? It can be assigned using single quotes, double quotes, even triple quotes also we can use for assigning strings. Okay. So how we can use single quotes and double quotes and the triple quotes separately with separate examples we will see here, then you will understand this. Enclosing the string in single quotes. So for example, if I use print statement, inside the parenthesis, I am going to give the length of many words I am going to print here. That is going to be called as a string only. So within single quotes, a friend in need is a friend indeed. One proverb I have written. So this is enclosed within single quotes. So this is also going to be considered as string only. So string we can enclose, that is constant or this literal value. This is constant only, no, this is not going to be changed during the program execution. Okay, so that's why it is called literal or constant value. It is never going to be changed even when we are executing this in a Python interpreter. So whatever we are giving within single quotes, that is a literal or constant value only, that is a literal or constant strings. Okay. So within single quotes, I have enclosed this. After executing this, now what will be printed? A friend in need is a friend indeed. That alone will get printed as the output. Okay. Next example, one small change alone you need to note it here. That is, this book belongs to Rahul's sister. Rahul's sister. So here I want to use single quotes. But if you are typing single quotes even in this group of characters, no, that single quotes will not get displayed in the output. So if you want to get the single quotes also in the output, what you need to do here is before the single quotes, okay, that is inside the string, before the single quotes, if you use this backslash only, if you use this backslash only, this single quotes will get displayed in the output. Okay, so for that reason only this backslash and afterwards this single quotes is given. So if you want to get the output in this format, that is Rahul's sister, so single quotes after this s is used. Okay, so if you want to get the output in this method, in this format, you need to use backslash. So any special character if you want to include in the given string, you need to use that special character after before that, that is it should be preceded by a backslash. Okay, so so if you look at the output here, this book belongs to Raghav's sister alone will get printed in the single quotes. If you give in single quotes, this will be printed. Okay, to include this single quote within the string. So if you want to include the single quotes within the string, it should be preceded by what? It should be preceded by backslash. Okay, that you need to remember here. And next topic is enclosing the string in double quotes. So how we can give the string in double quotes. Okay, a room without books is like a body without a soul. Okay, without books, no one will. Some persons, no, some persons who are interested to read books, no, they will be like this only. A room without books is like a body without a soul. So any room is without book, it will be like a body without a soul only. Okay, so if you want to print this statement, it should be enclosed within the double quotes. Or single quotes also we can use it, but you need to understand how the double quotes is working for enclosing a string. Okay, so double quotes inside, if I have included this, then if you get the output in this, you will be getting the output in this method. Okay, so room without books is like a body without a soul. So like that, the statement as it is, it will get printed without this double quotes. Okay, so but you need to include any string within double quotes only, otherwise it will be displaying error. Okay, it will be showing error to you. Then next, enclosing the string in triple quote. So we have seen two methods, first using single quotes and double quotes, and in between single quotes, no, if you want to include any special character like single quotes within the string itself, you need to use the special character before backslash character. Okay, so same like next, enclosing the string in triple quotes. So if you want to display multiple lines of strings, you can go for this triple quotes. As we have studied earlier, if you want to use multi-line comments, okay, you need to use that multi-line comments within the triple quotes only. You know, in the same manner in a string also, if you want to display any string, multi-line strings, you need to enclose that string within a triple quotes, and that should be assigned to one variable. So life is equal to within triple quotes. So in the output, I want to get this statement: live as if you were to die tomorrow, and learn as if you were to live forever. So you need to learn as if you were to live forever. So this proverb or this quotes, no, is said by Mahatma Gandhi ji. So if you want to mention this line, that is the two lines what we have learned here, no, if you want to mention these two lines in a double quotes, okay, in the output, you need to use double quotes before, you need to use this backslash symbol, then only we will get this double quotes in the output also. Otherwise it will be displayed like this. So without double quotes only, here we got the output, no. Okay, even if the string is enclosed within double quotes, in the output we won't get the double quotes. But here in a triple quotes, that is inside the triple quotes, okay, if you want to get the double quotes in the output in the multi-line string, okay, so you need to use this backslash symbol as like we discussed in the single quotes. So backslash, double quotes we have given, here backslash, double quotes we have closed. So Mahatma Gandhi ji will not get this triple quotes, this is wrong output. Okay, so this triple quotes will not be appearing in the output, only 4 hyphens and Mahatma Gandhi will get displayed, and the first two lines will be printed inside the double quotes. Okay, so for that reason only this backslash is given. So if you want to get the double quotes even in the output string, along with the string, if you want to get this double quotes, you need to use the backslash symbol before the double quotes. Okay, so print life. Okay, if you print this variable life, whatever we have enclosed within the triple quotes, everything is going to display here. So triple quotes are used when the text is in multi-line. So when you are giving the string, no, in a multi-line, we can go for triple quotes. So in the above example, backslash is used as an escape sequence. An escape sequences is nothing but as a special character. So it is a special character that has a specific function. Okay, here it is doing a specific function, like it is going to include this double quotes in the output. So in the same manner, backslash will be doing one specific type of function in the program. So as shown above, backslash is used to escape the double quote. So it is going to escape the double quote, it is going to provide the double quotes in the output. In the same manner, backslash n, it is going to provide new line, that is hot and cold. If you are giving like this, so within double quotes, no, hot and backslash n cold. Okay, so hot will be displayed in the first line, cold will be moved on to new line. Okay, it will be taking new line. So for that only the backslash n is included within the double quotes along with the string itself. Okay, so when you get the output, it will be displayed like hot, and afterwards cold will get displayed. But if you use backslash t, here t is not typed here, but if you use backslash t tab space, the meaning is tab space. Okay, so print hot backslash t cold. Okay, so hot after some space, cold will get displayed here itself. It won't go to next line. We are printing mistake, so cold will be placed here itself. Okay, after 4 space characters. So if you type tab key in your keyboard, how many spaces you will get? The same spaces will be given in the output also, will be produced in the output also. So hot after 4 spaces, after that cold will get printed in the same line itself. It won't go to next line. So here the printing mistake occurred. Okay, so by invoking raw underscore input method, so how we can get the string the help of raw underscore input. So let's understand the working of raw underscore input function. So raw underscore input function, if you use, and you can type the string like this, and it will be getting displayed like within single quotes. As soon as the interpreter encounters the raw input method, it waits for the user to key in the input from a standard input device, that is keyboard, and press the enter key. So it will be waiting for the user to enter the to key the input. To key the input means to feed the input from a standard input device like keyboard, and we can press the enter key. The input is converted to a string and it is displayed on the screen. How it is converted? By using single quotes, it is getting displayed and it is printed on the screen. Note, raw underscore input method has been already discussed in the previous chapters also, and how we can use of input method in order to get the string. Okay, input function. Here raw input function or raw input method we have seen. Raw underscore input method, not raw input alone. Raw underscore input method or function we can say. Here with the help of, by invoking means what? By calling input function or input method. Okay, so str is equal to, we are assigning to one variable. So input is equal, input of enter a string. Input inside, parenthesis inside, we have given within double quotes enter the string. So this is the prompt text. Okay, so it is asking the user to enter some string. Okay, so enter the string like that. The prompting messages we will get on the screen. For that only, inside this parenthesis we are entering that prompting message. Okay, so something we are expecting, something the interpreter is going to expect from the user. So what kind of input it needs, that is going to be texted here as a prompt text. Okay, typed here as a prompt text. So enter the string. So like that you'll get in the display screen, and immediately you are typing hello without using double quotes or single quotes. So here name hello is not defined. It is saying name error because Python interpreter was not able to associate or relate appropriate data type with the entered data. So a name error is shown. So the error can be rectified by enclosing the given input hello in quotes. So we need to, as I have said, hello should be enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. Otherwise, this kind of name error will be occurring. So this kind of error will occur only in Python 2.7 versions. 3.7 versions I have tried this. It was not giving any wrong error and all. Okay, so that name error and all was not displayed in Python 3.7 version software. This will be applicable only for 2.7 version software. Okay, so enter the string hello within the single quotes or double quotes. We need to enter like this. Okay, so within double quotes, if you print str here, then hello will get printed. So the error can be rectified by enclosing the given input. That is, given input should be enclosed within quotes. So here double quotes they have enclosed and they have printed str here, and hello is getting printed. In the same manner, here small hello, that is HELLO, small letters, everything is given as provided as input to str variable. Okay, so that is here hello is enclosed within single quotes, and you are printing str, the same hello is getting printed. Next is strings are immutable. Okay, so immutable in the sense we cannot change the value in its place, that is only known as immutable. So string is one type of data type, yes or no? So string data type are immutable, or strings are immutable. It means that the contents of the string, so whatever we have as a value or content in the string, that cannot be changed after it is created. So once we have created like this in this variable str, it cannot be changed or altered. Okay, we cannot do any modification in the created string. So it is a, because it is a immutable string, so we cannot change anything on its place. Okay, so we will understand this with the help of one example. Okay, so now str is a string variable. It is assigned with the string or literal value or constant value honesty. It is enclosed within single quotes. Now I am trying to change the letter, that is n. Okay, so it is placed at subscript what? If you are referring positive index, okay, if you are going for positive index, h will be started at 0th place and 1 and 2. So in the place of n, I want to change the letter p. Okay, so p also given within single quotes only. As per the rules, we have given everything correctly. So str of 2 is equal to p we have given. So that means p should be assigned in the place of n. We need to replace n by p. That is the meaning here. But after executing, after pressing enter key after this statement, no, that is second statement, after if I press enter key, what will be displayed on the screen? Type error. That is str object does not support item assignment, because string object, that is string variables or data types, string data types and all will not support the item assignment. Once it is created, we cannot do any modification or changes in that. So Python does not allow the programmer to change a character in a string. As shown in the above example, str has the value honesty, and attempt, that is when you are trying to replace n in the string by p, it displays the type error. Okay. Next, we will see the topic traversing a string. So traversing a string means what? Traversing means accessing all the elements of the string one after the other by using a subscript. That is only known as traversing. What is meant by traversing? Traversing a string means accessing, that is reading or writing. So here we are just reading. Okay, so accessing all the elements of the string one after the other by using a subscript, that is only known as traversing. So a string can be traversed using what? So using for loop and while loop only, because the same task is going to be, that is same read operation is only going to be taken place. The read access only is going to be taken place repeatedly for until it reaches the end of the string. Yes or no? So same kind of task is going to be repeated, so that we are going for looping statement. So here we have studied only two loops, that is for loop and while loop. So let us look at the example with the help of for loop also and while loop also. So if you want to display this welcome string, access the welcome string, and if you want to display it in a screen, welcome one after other, this character want to be displayed, means you can go for this for loop. So one by one, subscript wise, it is going to be started. That is, it starts from 0th index. Okay, 0th subscript. It will start from letter W, and then E, and then L, and then C, O, M, E. Like that, one after the other, this subscript is going to be read and it is going to be printed on the screen. Using for loop, how we can assign? So as we know that the syntax of for loop, for that loop variable I in A is a string. So it is now pointing to, this loop is pointing to the string welcome. Okay. So I initially, if you are not assigning any value, it will be all automatically taken as what? 0. And when it will get stopped when it is reaching the single quotes. Okay, so single quotes indicates the end of the string. So when it is reaching single quotes, automatically this print I will be getting stopped and it will start printing all the values. The program will get it terminated. Okay, so like that, I is also automatically getting incremented by 1. Okay, so for I in A colon print I. So like this, one after the other, the values are characters are going to be displayed, or letters are going to be displayed one after the other in the screen like this. Okay, and with the help of while loop, how we can use it? So in while loop, we need to explicitly assign the starting value and increment or decrement value, and then condition. Everything we need to give here in the while loop. So A is assigned with the string name welcome, I is assigned as 0, The same I we are checking with length of A. So what is the length of A here? 5. So I will be moving up to 5, not 5. Length of A is 7. Okay, so it will be moving up to 7. So 0 to 6 it will go. Okay, so I will be I plus 1, and here we are printing A of 5. So I is equal to I plus 1 compulsory you need to give, otherwise W alone will get printed continuously without stopping. Okay, that is only known as infinite loop. This also we have studied in the beginning of the that is first chapter. We have studied about infinite loop and finite loop and all. If you are not giving this increment or decrement variable I is equal to I plus 1, automatically this A of I, that is first character, will continuously will be printed on the screen and it will never get ended. That is only known as infinite. Okay, it will make infinite loop. And A is assigned a string literal. Here the explanation part they have given. So A is assigned a string literal welcome, and now execution of the for loop, the characters in the string are printed till the end of the string is not reached. Okay, so it is getting printed until the character will be reaching the single quotes. Okay, and A is assigned a string literal welcome here and this while loop, and afterwards I is assigned to 0. See here I is assigned with 0, and next we are checking the condition. So using len function, that is len function, it is calculating the length of the string. On entering the while loop, the interpreter checks the condition, that is I is less than or equal to len of A or not, it will be checked. So if the condition is true, it enters to the loop. Then first character in the string is displayed, that is W. The value I is incremented by 1. The loop continues till I is less than len minus 1, that is 6. Up to 6 it will go on. The loop finishes as soon as the value of I becomes equal to len minus 1. That is when I is reaches to 6. So 6 is less than 6. Okay, the loop will get terminated. Okay, so in the next video we will see string operations and some string functions, some built-in functions, and also some string functions we will see with the examples. Go through this video one more time.